me a little bit about your work.
Absolutely. So I am the director of the Power of NeuroGaming Center at the Qualcomm Institute at UC San Diego. And in that capacity, we make a lot of research video games. So video games for training, for assessment, broadly, like whether you're talking about balance, whether you're talking about like EEG for mindfulness, but mostly we use eye tracking. So for training attention and other aspects of cognition.
I think that my mindset has kind of been shaped by seeing parents being really resistant to the idea of gaming, the addictiveness of it. And through my friendship with you, I've really come to see games as maybe a force for good, especially when we talk about kids with disabilities. So I thought that would be a fun thing to talk about today, especially now when everybody's home and kids are doing school online and doing things online. What can we be thinking about, and how should we shift our thinking about video games and kids right now?
Yeah, absolutely. So thank you for asking, because to me, I've navigated that space a little bit when I presented about our own research, which where we video games for training attention, and get pushback from families with kids on the autism spectrum, perhaps like I don't want him playing games. Like, there's a big difference, or just spending time on screen. There's a big difference between something that is passive, like watching television, first of all, or watching a video, and something that you're actively engaging in, it's challenging you. And so that's one thing I'd like to bring up about the nature of games, is that it's challenging, but in a way where everyone's accepted the rules, and if you lose, you're kind of like, oh, let's start again. so it's that sort of perspective that makes it very welcoming for a lot of people. Now, when you're talking about opportunities to play together online, platforms like the Switch actually offer some opportunity. You can connect with a friend remotely and play, right? Which is really cool. There's also a lot of sandbox games that are available out there now. Like Minecraft has been around the world, is so ubiquitous, but you can meet up with your friends online. You can create closed servers. So, during this time, I could totally see an opening for organizations that want to create a safe space for kids, maybe even teaching other kids who haven't necessarily been exposed to kids with disabilities to be leaders in this space. Having people like, what your wonderful organization does, your Inclusionistas, could be out there, like sort of helping and nudging and guiding other kids who are playing lots of games to help kids who maybe haven't spent that time. So it's definitely a rich medium for connection. You could use a camera like this, and some kids do, but I'm finding that most kids don't, but they speak. They'll talk to each other online. You can also chat if that's something that's accessible. So there's what I like about it is that there's multiple ways of people that can interact this way, depending upon the game. So that has just opened my eyes, because I'm not a big gamer myself, but I've started to become one. And I'm also watching my teen boys, particularly in this time when we're all at home, really connecting with their friends through video games. So.
What do you think, do you have any advice for parents as they kind of navigate their kids being home and using this technology and spending time on games? What do we think about how we should help parents move this along?
So this will be a little bit of a struggle for parents too, but I think the best advice that I've seen, given, and taken is to play with your kids. Don't prescribe. And just engage with, right? Because then you'll actually
we make it not fun anymore.
Well, at the very least, show the child that you're willing to play. You're learning a little bit about the forum, this new engagement landscape with them. And then if you pull back and let them have their friends in their space there, all the better.